not too overexposed this time because I don't feel like setting up my lights again. Hi. Welcome. I haven't even... Where did I put them? Wow. You can't see my face, so this is kind of pointless. I had 2 rubber bands. I had 2. And then I don't know where they went. So now I have to go get more. Be right back. LOL, we're in my room. Pills for pills. Okay. Hello. If you're new here, my name is Shiesa. Shiesa Chandler, if you want the full name, the full government name. And I haven't uploaded a video in a really long time. I think it's been 2 years now since I have uploaded, and before that it had been probably 2 years. And when I first started my YouTube channel, I really wanted it to be a place that people could come to and feel happy and feel safe, but I did not know what that looked like for me, nor did I know what that looked like for other people. And when I started my YouTube channel, I felt like I was just trying to be like everyone else, which is fine. I was 19, 20. I was young. You live and you learn, I guess. But a lot has happened between when I first started my YouTube channel and when I uploaded that video, and between when I uploaded my last video and now. I don't know what this looks like. I could look insane. Let me check myself real quick. I know I could just stop recording, but I told myself that I wanted this to be very organic and real, and I don't think I'm going to edit it very much. Just because I want it to come from me. She's just too small, that's the problem. We'll fix her. Anyway, I feel like I'm overexposed. Anyway. So a lot has happened, and I decided for myself and for my own self-discovery, I decided that I want to start my YouTube channel again. But I want to do it in my way, not in the way that others have. And the other thing that has kind of scared me off is how YouTube has become this very big thing now, where it's like you start a channel intending to become a really, really large channel, or like you want to build up, which is like, it makes sense, but it feels, it's still too small, but I don't have the patience. It just feels like a lot of pressure. And so when I said, I want to do this again, I put it off for a really long time, but I have sat down to record this very specific video multiple times over the years. My heart is pounding. And I didn't feel right. I didn't feel like I was in the right place to film the video. I felt like, yeah, it was me, but it was not the me that I was ready to present to the world, I guess, or the internet. And I still have a good amount of subscribers, which I'm really shook because I don't upload. And to those that have watched my videos and have seen my content, I hope you have enjoyed it. And I'm not saying that I haven't been myself in the past of those videos. I just feel like the me that I am now is a lot more who I am and how I feel and how I am comfortable being on the internet, if that makes sense. I don't know. But I have been gone because a lot has happened, and I know that sounds very vague, and I want to be honest and I want to be open, but I'm only going to speak to things that have happened to me and my experience and not those that were involved, because it feels like a lot of invasion of privacy, and there are a lot of people involved in a lot of the things I went through. That's a lot of words. I talk so much. I'm so sorry. Don't apologize for existing. Okay, so when I was 20, that year a lot of things happened to me that I was not ready for, and I was still uploading videos a lot. And I wasn't aware of, at the time, the things that I had gone through, how much they had affected me, because I just thought I was fine. And so I kept kind of grinding, and then when I moved out of that house, it all kind of hit me really weirdly, and I wasn't really able to function, and I got really depressed, and I wasn't a whole person, and I didn't know what to do. I kind of just fell apart. I'm only going to tell you one of the things, because the other thing I am still very much dealing with and I would not like to share, but I was hit by a car when I was 20, and it was very terrifying and very scary. Those are the same thing. But it's something that is still affecting me today. Like, I have really bad nerve damage in my right shoulder, hand, wrist, foot, ankle, and I guess kind of in my neck, from getting hit by this car. And I am the kind of person who, when I'm injured, I think I can just do anything. Like, it doesn't matter, nothing can hold me back. I have to be normal. Being sick shouldn't be affecting me, because what do you mean? I've done this before. Like, I don't know, I hold myself to a higher standard than others hold me to, and therefore, like, I'm always trying to be my best when I'm already my best, I guess, I don't know. I do too much, to say the least. And so I got hit by this car, and it affected me very badly, and for the very first couple of months of getting hit, I wasn't myself. Like, I was very hurt, I was very afraid, and the people that I was around weren't supporting me in the way that I needed support, and so it was very hard for me to feel like it would ever be normal again, and I was terrified of getting hit by another car. So it was like a really bad, hard year for me, and that's when my grades started to just kind of go down the drain. And a lot of other things that are happening very quickly that were very traumatic and hard and weird and painful. And so many things kept happening at a time that I never stopped to take care of the two things that were affecting me the most. So I don't even know how much I can tell you. Oh my god, there's like so much that's happened. But I don't know if you want to know all of it. So, like, literally I'll probably do like a baseline. I hope this is not a 20-minute video. I'll do like a baseline of things that have happened. Yes. And if you want more information, like this video, and then I'll know. And then you guys can ask me questions in the comments. Or maybe I'm not that popular, so maybe I'll make a list of comments or questions and I'll answer them in another video. This is just my comeback video, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Anyway, so I did not give myself time to take stock of those two things, because a lot of other really weird, crazy, and terrifying things were happening at the same time. And so I had traumas that I was trying to deal with, but I wasn't dealing with others because there were things in my face that I thought I had to deal with then and there. And it led me to be very depressed for a very, very long time. Like, I still have really bad depression, but it was like to the point that there were two sides to me and I didn't really understand them, and neither did anyone else. I was either really, really sad all the time or like happy and normal, because I had to be happy and normal. And being injured has been a really weird effect on my life, because I have been injured before. I've had surgery before. I've had to learn how to walk again. It's not new to me to be in a state of like rehabilitation, but when I got hit, they didn't really have an answer as to why I was in so much pain or why I was unable to do anything about it, basically. Which was really weird, because I went to a lot of doctors, a lot of specialists, I had a lot of tests done, and they came to, one of the conclusions they came to was that I had severe nerve damage in my right side, but then they didn't do anything to service the nerve damage. And so it's been a really weird time, and my body has gotten worse as I've gotten older, which is fun. But yeah, so I got hit by a car, and then a bunch of other really weird, crazy things happened. And then, I don't know what I'm allowed to say. Goodness gracious. And then, I guess I'll just skip to last year, because why not? Not 2018, but 2017, my mom was diagnosed with cancer, and she was diagnosed with cancer right around finals week. And I was the last person to find out because my parents and everyone are very concerned that I'm able to do my work and study and be a student, because I have a hard time, because I am me, and my family doesn't know the extent of my depression or the extent of the things I have been through, but they know, and they also just respect that I need to get an education, so I'm always homeworking. And so I was kind of the last person to find out. And before this, I had found out that my great-grandmother had passed. And I found out through Facebook, which was not the fault of my family, but the fault of someone else. And it was very difficult. And so I had just found this out. And then on my mom's birthday, like, she found out she had cancer. And I had to take this in and not be afraid and be strong for my mom, which is fine because my mom is so strong for me. But it was really hard and really difficult, and I also ended up going through something else around the same time that was really hard for me to deal with. And that spring semester, my mom had 2 surgeries to remove her cancer, and it was really scary and really hard, and I was dealing with a lot still. I was dealing with a lot of things that I was supposed to be dealing with in the past that I should have been dealing with, that were kind of catching up with me, and it all became a lot for me, and I became really, really depressed, and I ended up injuring my wrist at my job really bad, and it hurt really bad, and all I got was like a wrist brace out of it. And my wrist, it was the wrist that was already injured from getting hit by a car. And so I was really stressed and really sad and really scared, and I ended up trying to kill myself. That sounds so weird saying out loud. Because things became too much. And I didn't think about the people that did care and would care if I died. And I was hospitalized. Not for very long, but I was. So weird to say that out loud. It's so weird to say that out loud on video. Oh my god. So anyway. I was only in, I was in a comm unit, so it was like I was there to assess my current mental health, but also just to make sure that I wouldn't attempt again. And so I left, and I was put into a program that would be like basically my entire morning and afternoon of learning coping skills and dealing with what happens to people, and like how everyone has depression and anxiety. And by the way, I am a psychology major. I'm switching to women's gender and sexuality studies, but I'm a psych major, and I know a lot of things, and I have been to some of the forms of therapy that had put me through, I had been through before. And so I go and I learn all these tools, and some of them help, and a lot of it was me not applying myself to what I was, like the tools I was given. I was still really depressed, I was still really scared, and I didn't go to class because I was unable to function. And so last spring was like shit, quite frankly. I hope I can say that on YouTube. And I basically didn't go to class and didn't receive any grades except for one where I turned in a paper, and like bless my professor's heart for letting me pass that class, because I turned in work super late in like June and they passed me. It was amazing. Anyway, so I failed 4 classes. Basically is what happened, because I didn't go, because I was depressed, because I was going to this therapy group thing. And I ended up having to leave the program early, and I wasn't given any exit counseling or anything, and I felt like the program was very rushed, and I was still very much in my head, and I didn't know how to come out of my head. And so I left this program, and I started individual therapy with my new therapist, Shannon. Hey girl, you my queen. I love you. We love Shannon, and Shannon loves Black Panther like I love Black Panther. But anyway, I started therapy with Shannon, and I have started really grounding myself and holding on to things that are more important. But I have still been very depressed and very in a weird place. So my mom got sick. I got depressed. Didn't go to class. Failed out of class. Took last fall off. And in November, well, in October, well, kind of, oh, this is such a weird way to explain it. I've started to get really sick mysteriously, where like I would just throw up all the time and my stomach would hurt, but I didn't really know why, and I would get a fever and then it would kind of go away for a couple days, and then like sometimes it would come back. But I was just kind of throwing on my food, and I thought that it was because I have really bad anxiety and sometimes that causes me to vomit. And so I just chalked it up to that. Well, in October, I started to get extremely sick. And I had like a really bad fever. I was throwing up everything I ate. My stomach was hurting. My right side was on fire. And my shoulder that has gotten hit by a car and been injured at my job, it was like hurting so bad I couldn't move. It would lock up to the point where I was like stuck in one position. Like I was sick. Like I was so ill. So my mom calls me and she's like, alright, we'll get you to the doctors. Well, couldn't get me to the doctor. So then my mom was like, we're just going to go to the ER because you are sick. And I hate the ER. I hate going to the ER. It makes me nervous. I always feel like they don't take care of you the way that I need to be taken care of. But I also feel like my PCP doesn't really listen to me sometimes. So I don't know. I get nervous. I don't know how to assert myself. Anxiety. Anyway, so we go to the ER and I get a shit ton of testing done. Crap ton of testing done. Can I not cuss? I get a lot of testing done. And the doctor, like the main team of doctors are like, no, we don't think it's their gallbladder. By the way, my pronouns are they, them, theirs, not she, her, hers. Anyway, so they're like, we don't think it's their gallbladder. Like, we think it's this, and this. Like, we're going to run more tests. So they did, when I got there, they did an ultrasound. And then they did a microscopical laparoscopy, colonoscopy. And then they did a CT scan. And this man, and my mom's Googling things that are going on that are happening in my body. And she's like, dude, it's their gallbladder. They're freaking sick. You need to take that thing out. And they're like, no, it's not. So they did all these tests. And they did the CT scan. And the CT scan only showed that I had like maybe one stone. It didn't show the extent of what it was. But also, the doctors there kept mixing up the documents and what was wrong with me. And this one girl said that they didn't see stones, and this other girl said they did see stones. And my mom was like, oh my God, y'all saw stones. I know y'all saw stones because I saw the paper myself. And then they were just like, it was just like there was no communication between the surgeon and the team of doctors and then the people that were working with me. It was just an interesting time. I'm not going to say mental hospital because that feels rude. But anyway, so this is such a long-winded story. The main doctor team, there's like 5 doctors. They're all people of color, which shout out because, duh, we love black people in medicine. I'm about to be one of the people. Y'all watch out. I'm going to be a licensed child psychologist by the time I'm 28. Come at me. Anyway, so, the team of doctors kept saying that it wasn't. The surgeon was like, we did see stones, so I didn't want to operate, whatever. They do surgery, y'all. They do freaking surgery. I had stones the size of quarters and the size of like little ping pong balls in my gallbladder. I had them blocking my tubes. There was adhesions and infection leaking out into surrounding thyroids. I was dying. That sounds dramatic, but literally that's what was happening. I was dying, okay? And this man did not want to operate. He kept saying it wasn't my gallbladder. It was my freaking gallbladder. So, had the surgery. I was in the hospital for like, how many days was I in the hospital? 4, I think. 4 was the amount of days, maybe 5, I can't remember. But I'm in the hospital for that amount of days. They're like, bro, you're going to be sick for 6 days, you're going to be sick for like probably 2 weeks. 6 weeks is your recovery time. Like, don't take your stitches off, I was in pain. I was sick. We go to leave this hospital. Like, I finally get to go to my apartment and sleep in my bed and be a happy camper. But no. They go and they get the assistant to come and take us out the hospital. And my dad and my mom are both like tired. They're worried about me. I wanted to go to my apartment because I wanted to be in my bed. I wanted to be next to my cat. Like, I didn't want to go to their house. But they weren't going to leave me home alone. So they were going to like sit with me and wait till my little sister came home. Or came to be with me because I was sick. But anyway, so they send in order, like, a person to come and help us out, and it's an old, frail lady. And there's no shade, no tea, but y'all got young people there that could have helped me. It didn't have to be her to leave the hospital. But it's fine. Like, it's cool. She asked us if we wanted a wheelchair. And that's why, and we thought she was just asking for the, like, if we wanted a wheelchair. So my dad was like, do you want a wheelchair? And I was like, no, I'm okay, Daddy. I don't want a wheelchair. Like, I can walk. I don't know why, but, like, I just like to push myself when I'm sick. It's ridiculous. So anyway. What's that noise? So anyway, she says, okay, and walks away. And we just wait for another person to come and guide us down the stairs. No one comes. She comes back. And my dad has all the bags. And my mom has 2 bags. And she's supposed to support me, 35-pound human who just had surgery, walk down the steps to the elevator to the car. So she helps me for like 3 seconds. Like one hand was like out, and that was it. And like I was holding on the wall and I was dying. And every time I would stop to take a break, she would just keep walking. And my dad was so pissed. Like, he started recording it because he was so angry because it was so shady. Anyway, I'm sorry I'm yelling. I'm just stressed. Anyway, so my dad, I can't believe I haven't done this in so long. So my dad, we get downstairs and she just barely helped, and like it was just ridiculous. My dad ended up helping me like walk because I was in so much pain. And then my dad handed me off to my mom, and he went and got the truck, pulled her on the front, brought me home. I get home, we're waiting on my sister. My sister did not show up, and I was in pain, and I was crying. I was literally dying. I was in so much pain. I felt like everything was on fire. I could not breathe, and I just spent the entire night crying. I spent the next 2 days crying. Like, it was just bad, and I was really sick for a really long time. And then for like a week I felt better, and ever since then I have just been sick. I have been sick. I have been throwing up. I've lost 25 pounds. I can't hold down food. When I try to eat, it hurts. I'm throwing up all the time. My ribs are in so much pain. My shoulder hurts like a mofo every single day. I can't sleep on it. It's like a ridiculous mess. And everything hurts. My stomach hurts. My ribs hurt. My chest hurts. My spine hurts. My hips hurt. Like, I don't know what to do. So I've been to many doctors, multiple doctors, and I just got a CT scan on Friday, and I'm still waiting for the results back from that. But other than that, and like another gross test I have to do to send to the doctors, I don't really have anything. I don't have any answers. I just have pills they keep giving me, and I can't eat and I can't drink, and it's really weird. So that's where I'm at. That's a roller coaster. I didn't even tell you as much as I thought I would tell you. If you're new here, my name is Shiesa. My pronouns are they, them, theirs. Welcome to the family. If you are an old subscriber, thank you for staying, thank you for watching, thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed this weird, interesting loop. I will say that despite my being very sick, I am doing okay despite my circumstances. And the reason that I sat down today to film was because I was okay despite my circumstances, and because I wanted to try to dip my toe in it again and see how this goes. Because I do miss recording, and I do miss being in front of a camera. So I hope you enjoyed this. The video after this will be a spring lookbook filmed by moi and maybe someone else. I don't know. I might be doing it alone. And if you want to subscribe, hit that subscribe button. If you hated this, let me know. And if you have questions, throw them in the comment section. Maybe I'll answer them. Maybe I'll chicken out and not answer them. Maybe I'll do another video. Who knows at this point. Yeah, I'll see y'all later. I hope you enjoyed. Hi, bye.